All right, race fans, welcome to TurnLeftTV. Be ready for some high-speed action tonight. Step on the gas. All right, race fans, welcome to Kansas. This is TurnLeftTV, and I'm your host, Heath Johnson. The High Octane Racing League Buschwackers Series heads to Kansas Speedway tonight for race number 9 of the season. Just 2 races to go, and there's no place like home. It's Kansas Speedway tonight, a 100-lap race and a great mile-and-a-half track. Who's got what it takes to bring home the victory? Well, there's only one way to find out, and that's watch it right here on TurnLeftTV. Well, a little Kansas Speedway on a Friday night here in the Buschwackers Series. And of course, it's live right here on TurnLeftTV. Who can hold off Craig Marazon? There's only one way to find out, baby. Watch it right here on TurnLeftTV. All right, hey, thank you so much for coming in here and joining me on TurnLeftTV. A good one here for you tonight. A little Buschwackers action. We are at Kansas Speedway. I'm your host, Heath Johnson, broadcaster, commentator, and owner of High Octane Racing League at TurnLeftTV. And we appreciate you joining us here tonight. Race number 9 of the season, just 2 races to go, and this is a good track, man. Great side-by-side racing here. Going to be a lot of fun at Kansas Speedway. Always a challenge, and we've got it live, flag-to-flag coverage here tonight in the Buschwackers Series. Tonight's race is brought to you by EliteHostingUSA.com. If you're interested in an rFactor 2 server, there are 3 self-managed server packages for you to choose from. Also, how about hosting your website or your online store? VPS hosting, shared web hosting, also available through EliteHostingUSA.com. If that interests you. And that's who hosts our website and our servers here at HighOctaneRacing.net. Good quick link to Discord if you're interested in racing with us. We'd love to have you. And welcome to all the new members and all the folks that come out and watch the races here on TurnLeftTV as well. Quick link to TurnLeftTV. And also, you want to know who's doing what throughout the season and who's running what throughout the week. You can click on those rFactor 2 times and also the individual league pages to find out who's leading in points and also get a quick link to the race broadcast. And thanks for joining me here on TurnLeftTV. I appreciate you being here tonight. And, man, don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already done so. And smash the bell. Also, down in the description of this race, there are some links for you to click on. Please click on the Extra Life Children's Miracle Network Hospitals link and donate to them if you would help us out. We'd love that. We've donated over $3,000 to that charity. And also, there's a SimLab website link there for you as well. If you're interested in purchasing something through them, please use my link and help me out. Also have a link to the PayPal if you'd like to make a donation to TurnLeftTV. Always appreciate the donations. And thanks to all those folks who have done so to help us out, especially in that race at Phoenix last week. Help us buy some prizes. Tomorrow afternoon, we'll be back in action with a High Octane Racing League Saturday Showdown Series. It'll be live at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on TurnLeftTV. 200 laps from Bristol. Oh my gosh, race number 2 of the season. This could be a massacre. So it's going to be live flag to flag. That's tomorrow. It's Saturday, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on March the 4th. And you don't want to miss it. It'll be live right here on TurnLeftTV. And then Saturday night, we'll be at Martinsville Speedway in the Saturday Night Thunder, race number 9 of the season. And this should be a fun race as well. And racing starts at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 2018 mod. 160 laps from the great short track of Martinsville in the Saturday Night Thunder. Get some chatters in here. Looks like Givaldo greeting us. Good evening, everybody. And today's challenge is Kansas. And good luck to everybody. Tony Furtado also joining us. Good to see Tony. And best wishes from Givaldo. Best wishes to him as well. Appreciate his patronage. High Octane Racing League GT3 Series will be back in action next week from the great track of Zandvoort. 60-minute race, and it's race number 4 of the season. This is going to be an exciting one, man. Zandvoort is a great track, and we'll be broadcasting that live starting at 2 p.m. coming up on March the 11th, right here on TurnLeftTV. Take a look at our points leader here, the 60 car, Craig Marazon, with just 2 races to go, including tonight. Just 2 races to go, and he's got a 12-point lead in the standings. And we'll take a look at the season standings. We've had 41 drivers participate in the Buschwackers series this season. Craig Marazon with a 12-point lead. Tied for second is Shaw Jacobs and Palumbo. Great rivalry there. Classic high-octane racing league rivalry between those two guys. And Ed Palumbo with a big win last week, climbing up the grid there. Salviev in his last season here, full season, 4th in points. Lansbury 5th. You see Dana Grover 6th. Haven't seen Dana yet, so he might not be here tonight. I don't know. Gordon Carter 7th. Lucas Sifter 8th. Franco Alvarez 9th. And Arthur Vieira rounding out the top 10. We'll take a look at page 2. This is P11 through 20. And you see Dennis Yudichin in 11th, Robillard 12th, Preston Hassel 13th. Ritsky Novar, I think he is participating in a 24-hour race in a GT3 series right now, so not able to make it tonight. Jim Willis 16th, Josh Brink, Paul Brown, Dan Richter, and Claudio Bardelli Jr. rounding out the top 20. Take a look at the P21 through 30. Some of our guys there just racing part-time. And then P31 through 40. And then our 41st driver, one race. Looks like he might have been one and done for us. Brent Kinney. It looks like these guys are now rolling over to the qualification session. 10-minute qualifying. They get 2 laps. They try to get that qualification in early so they can do the driver's meeting. We'll take a look at the schedule here in the Buschwackers series. Of course, last week had the Busted Knuckles 125. A little bit of a caution-riddled race, unfortunately, to honor Lauren Stopworth. Ed Palumbo won a prize by winning the race. Ubaldo Spindola got the one of the free or the spins and won the spin, so he got a $25 gift card. And Eugene Fedorov got one, but he gifted his to Dennis Uterchin. How about that, Eugene Fedorov? What an awesome guy. And so you see we have Atlanta Motor Speedway next week to finish out the season, and we'll be announcing the next season at that race. So we just head on into the next season the next week. Just keep it rolling here in the Buschwacker Series. Take a look at Todd Robillard here in the 90 car, the Sunoco sponsor machine. His qualification attempt. Tim Lansbury, the top time, 30.912 for Lansbury. Let's see where Robillard can land in this 90 car. Hassel showing second. Chesmore is third. Fedorov fourth. Hughes fifth so far here in the qualification session. Take a look at Robillard's time here in lap number one for him. 31.087 for Todd Robillard. Right now, ninth on the grid. Salviev to the top of the grid in the 72 car. Take a look at, Gordon Carter. Looks like he's finished up his quals. How about Jim Willis? Jim Willis also finishing up his quals. And looky who it is. Steve Pierce in the 1X car. How about this, man? 31.157 for Steve Pierce. Currently 16th on the grid there for him. And good to see Steve Pierce out here on the track, man. Very popular driver. Craig Bearzon in his qualification attempt. This is his second lap, maybe. Take a look here in this second lap. Down to the apron. 31.013, 13th on the grid for our points leader. Claudio Bardelli Jr. in that first sector was a little fast here, so far fast. A little bit off there, 0.02 of a second. Actually, that's 0.2 of a second, isn't it? No, 2,000. Sorry about that. 30.829 for Bardelli Jr. to the top of the grid for the 91 car. How about that? The dagger. The dagger. Dennis Uterchin in the 47. Driving the fire truck paint scheme tonight here in this 47 car. Again, Palumbo's finished up his quals as well. So Bardelli Jr. is going to take the pole here with Vieta in second, Jacobs third, Salviev fourth, Lansbury is fifth. Or will start fifth, I should say. So these guys are going to do the driver's mating, and quals will officially end here in about 5.5 minutes. And we appreciate everybody being here tonight. And let's get this party started, huh? All right, welcome back. Oh, look at that. We found Dana Grover. He's not going to be able to race tonight. Oh, my gosh. He's got a hot date tonight. That's what I heard. Hot date. Oh, be darned. I guess that's a good excuse. That's the word on the street anyway, Dana. I'm sorry. Good to see Alexei Salviev in here as well. Now we got about a minute left here in the qualification session until it officially ends, although everybody has gotten their laps in. It's like John Stanley going to start in the back there. He decided, hey, I'm going to start back here in the back of the 12 car. Throw some staples out on the track. Let's take a look at the track here at Kansas. Located in Kansas City, Kansas. Not Missouri. It's actually on the Kansas side. I don't know, man. Why do you have Kansas City on both sides of the state line, man? Name the city something else here. Oh, come on. Let's go. It's a mile and a half, 4 turns, of course. Tri-oval and banking in the turns, 17 to 20 degrees progressive banking. So a fair amount of banking there, but front stretch 9 to 11 degrees and the back stretch at 5 degrees. And, you know, what I find in this with this track and the car is the car gets pretty tight, but it gets loose coming off the turn. So you're really going to have to figure out how to manage this track here, this mile and a half. It is a challenging one. Not one of my favorite tracks personally, but a lot of guys do really like this. There's a lot of room to race here, and Kansas is a beast in its own. And I think it's very different from the other mile and a halves, in my opinion. Looks like quals have ended. Claudio Bardelli Jr. also joining us in the chat session. Good to see Claudio out, and best of luck to him tonight.
A lot of soul.
All right, let's take a look at the qualification results. Claudio Bardelli Jr. in the 91 qualifies in P1. Artur Vetter qualifies second. Sean Jacobs third. Alexei Salviev qualifies in the 4th position. Tim Lansbury 5th. Gordon Carter qualifies 6th. Preston Hassel starts in the 7th position. Chris Hughes in the 7th car qualifies in the 8th position. Paul Brown 9th. Eugene Fedorov in the 84 qualifies in P10. Qualifying in 11th will be Josh Brink. Man, he just keeps climbing up the grid. I'll tell you what, this guy's itching for a win. Ed Palumbo qualifies 12th, last week's winner. Todd Robillard in the 90 qualifies 13th. Craig Marizon, our points leader, starts in 14th position. Givaldo, another good qualification position for him, qualifies in 15th. Christian Wilson, 16th. Dan Chesmore in the 00 starts 17th. Dennis Unishin starts in the 18th position. Jesus Iglesias starts in 19th. Steve Pierce in the 1X starts in 20th. 21st will be Jim Willis in the 53 car, and John Staplegun Stanley in the 12 car starts in 22nd. So everybody congratulating Claudio Bardelli Jr. his pole run. So congratulations to Claudio. Get a look at Claudio's car in the 91. So we've seen that car a time or two in victory lane. Well, I'll tell you what, it's time to get your picks in here. We got about 8 minutes left to go in the warm-up session. Time to get your picks in here. And, this is going to be a tough one here. A lot of solid drivers up front. I got to hold off on this. I'm stalling a little bit on this one. This is going to be tough. Man, this is going to be a tough one here. I'll tell you what, man. I've seen somebody showing some. I saw him in practice, and he looked pretty darn solid. I'm going to go with Dan Chesmore to win this race. 0-0. Alexei Salviev is, who's Alexei Salviev picking? Wait a minute, he's picking Alexei Salviev. Oh, come on, Alexei. He's being a wisecracker. Where's he at? The 72 car, there he is. That's a great looking paint scheme, man. I dig that paint scheme. Furtado choosing the 24 car. Salviev choosing himself. Salviev's a good guy, man. We've really appreciated him running with us. He's going to do part-time here on out. He's been, whatever it is, getting up early, staying up late, whatever the case may be to race with us. He's racing from a long way, the other side of the planet, man. He's like +8 or +9 hours from us, so. But good to see Alexis Salviev out here, too. And we wish him. Claire Philpott. Oh, my gosh, man. What the heck? Claire must be bored here on a Friday night. Took a very difficult exam today over, what was it over? Evolution. There you go. Hopefully she did okay. She's a character, that's for sure. But hopefully you have a good weekend, and it stops raining so we can put our boats up and get out our cars. I think I had to row my way home. Jesus Barbecue Iglesias here in the 22 car, Orange Crush sponsor machine. Will D assuming admin duties, so you better be on your best behavior. Will D will put the hammer down. Got about 4 minutes left here in the warm-up session. And I'm going to take this opportunity to get my keys to the race in. Here are my keys at Kansas. Tire management, man. It's easy to try to overdrive the entry and really transition all the way through the turn. Especially the entry of this turn, you're going to burn up your tires. You're going to have to be patient here in making passes. We've seen, I think these next three go together. We've seen a lot of aggressive driving, guys that are trying to do dive bomb moves and so forth and get themselves in a whole heck of a lot of trouble here. So you're going to have to be patient here tonight and weigh that risk versus reward. We've had some guys there trying to pass 3 wide, going 3 wide on the outside between the second wide driver and the wall, and we've had guys dive bombing. We've had guys do it slamming people in the back end and so forth and so on. Weigh that risk versus reward, man. You're not going to go anywhere really early in the race here. Just settle in, let the tires warm up, and limit that aggressive driving, man. Really would help you out. So patience, risk versus reward, limit that aggression could really help us out here so we get some long green flag runs. And adjust your style as the run goes on. If we get these long runs here, you're definitely going to have to adjust the way that you enter and exit the turns. You transition through the turns because the track changes and the tires change as well. The handling of this car is going to change here at Kansas. That's what I've known or remembered from this Speedway whenever I've raced it. So hopefully everybody errs on the side of patience here tonight at Kansas. We want to see green flag runs. 2 minutes left to go here in the warm-up session. And again, I want to say thank you for joining me here on TurnLeftTV. See if we can't do a little refresh on here. Maybe get something up here that looks a little bit better. I guess all right. I did a refresh and it's changed some stuff here. So drag some stuff around. There we go. So don't forget to smash the subscribe button if you haven't already done so. Hit that bell. Massage the bell. And thanks for coming out and watching TurnLeftTV, whether you're doing this live or on replay. And please share my videos with all your friends on no matter where you can share YouTube videos. You're more than welcome to share my videos here at TurnLeftTV. Encourage you to do that. And again, I appreciate all those folks who come out each and every week and people who have subscribed to the channel and stick with me. Appreciate that. Iglesias here in the 22 car. Love Jesus Barbecue Iglesias, man. Yeah, Salvia says time to invest in HORL. I believe it. Yeah, invest. Send me to the moon, baby. Get that cash rolling in. I'm a teacher. I don't have a lot of money. 3 years away from retirement. I need some income here. I won't have to work until I'm 80. All right, boys and girls, look at that. Double zeros, triple zeros, all zeros. And that means go. This means Kansas Speedway tonight. 100-lap race. Race number 9, just 2 races to go, and this could be a big one. This could be a big one. So here we go, boys and girls. Here we go. All right, boys and girls, here we go. Let's take a look at the starting order here at Kansas. Claudio Bardelli Jr., Arthur Vieta, row 1. Sean Jacobs, Alexei Salviev, row 2. Starting in row 3. Tim Lansbury, Gordon Carter, Preston Hassel, Chris Hughes, starting in row 4. Starting in row 5 will be Paul Brown and Eugene Fedorov. Josh Brink, Ed Palumbo start in row 6. Starting in row 7. Todd Robillard and Craig Marizon. Tivaldo Spindola and Christian Wilson start in row 8. Starting in row 9 will be Dan Chesmore and Dennis Unichin. Jesus Iglesias, Steve Pierce starting in row 10. And starting in row 11 will be Jim Willis and John Stanley. So that's the starting order here for tonight's race. And this could be a very, very interesting start here. So hopefully everybody errs on the side of caution here, or to avoid cautions. Little patience here at Kansas. Bardelli Jr., you know he's going to be fast here tonight. Vieira also fast. I think this outside line might be preferred here on the start. So we'll see how this works out. So 100 laps here tonight at Kansas. Great 1.5-mile track. My pick to win is Dan Chesmore. He's starting in the 17th position. A little work for him to do. Here we go.
Green flag, green flag. Go,
green,
go,
green, green here at Kansas. See that bottom line there a little bit better coming off the turn. Bardelli Jr. climbs ahead, so Bardelli Jr., good start for him. In that 91 car, 24, Sean Jacobs also working this bottom line. Vieira up on the outside line with Salviev. He's coming through the tri-oval area. Vieira now in third in that 4 car up on the outside line. Jacobs on the bottom line in the 24. He's now challenging for the race lead, looking out of the front of Artur Vieira's machine. Vieira following the 91. Let's see that Bardelli Jr. holding off Vieira. Salviev dipping down to the bottom line in that 72 car. Alexei Salviev. Now looking on the high side here with that Toyota. Very tight there with Jacobs. Man, that was tight coming off the turn. Jacobs tucks in the 4th position. Salviev looking out of the, hopefully out of the back of his car. There we go. And Sean Jacobs running in P4. Lansbury now in 5th. Take a look at this battle here. Christian Wilson, Dennis Unichin. Unichin on the bottom line. Christian Wilson up on the high line. Unichin getting around. Picking up that spot. Take a look at Jesus Iglesias here and Chris Hughes. Iglesias in the 22. Chris Hughes in that 7 car. Iglesias down on the bottom line following Craig Marizon. Marizon up on the high line. You see Dan Chesmore as well. And Chris Hughes battling back on the outside line, able to hold on to that position as looked like Iglesias might have had him covered, but no can do. John Stanley battling Steve Pierce. 53, Jim Willis back here as well. This guy's getting a little bit of a slow start. And Stanley in the 12 car up on the high line following the 53, Jim Willis. And Steve Pierce tucks in the 22nd position, his first race out, trying to shake off the cobwebs. Jim Willis in the 53 car running in the 20th position. Everybody sort of settled in here as the 91 is the leader. The 4, Artur Vieira running in 2nd. Nose to tail here, wanting to get a good run in. Take a look at Preston Hassel here in the 27 car. Following the 56 of Gordon Carter, Paul Brown in the 77 running behind, and we're starting to get a little battle there between Jacobs and Salviev. Jacobs has to tuck back in as he's following Alexei Salviev. We're back here and checking out Preston Hassel in the 27 as the 56 just ahead of him. 82, Tim Lansbury running in 5th. Preston running in the 7th position in that 27 car. In nose to tail here, very tough to pass here. You got to really work on setting that up. And Salviev giving a peek. But Artavieta in the 4 car holding him off. And Alexei Salviev at that 72, looking out of the back of Vieta's machine at Alexei Salviev. And that Toyota. Giving a peek on the bottom side. Great looking paint scheme from Alexei. We got to hire him to paint some cars for us. You guys, does a great job. Always love yellow, man. It's my favorite color. You guys are like, who cares? Show the racing. How about last week's winner, Ed Palumbo? Had an exciting win last week, and right now running in the 10th position. And that's pretty much where he ran early on in the race last week. But, man, did he come up like gangbusters and end up winning that race. And who knows, man, and he's got some challenge now out of the 2 car. Josh Brink down on the inside line, battling a couple Camaros here, battling it out. And Palumbo holding on to that spot up on the outside, but you see Josh Brink now giving up some spots as he gave that a shot. Got Robillard now in the 90 car. These guys need to fix those tags so they don't appear in front of the other car. I try to suggest stuff to Studio 397 in their rFactor 2 Discord, but never get any response out of them. Okay, I'm done ranting. Alvarez not racing tonight. I don't know what he's doing, man. Probably grounded. Dan Chesmore and Todd Robillard here battling. Robillard using that high line, staying behind. Ed Palumbo, Chesmore the 00, trying to get by. Good side-by-side racing there. Chesmore now battling the 60 car as he's trying to get around. Chesmore holding on to that bottom side in the 00 as Craig Barazon's going to get by on the outside line. So Dan Chesmore committed. Now he goes up to the high line. Josh Brink just behind him, so he's got to play a little bit of defense getting into the turn. See Chris Hughes as well in this mix. Take a look at Givaldo Spindola in the 68 car. Christian Wilson in the 30. Good battle here. Oh, getting a little tight there as the 30 car drifting up a little bit. Tucks in as the 68 car holding on to that 17th position. Jim Willis now in this mix. Jim Willis now starting to climb up. He saved those tires running there in the back and now starting to make some moves here in that Black Rifle Coffee Company machine. So Jim Willis, take a look at his machine. Now getting by Givaldo on the inside line. And now Christian Wilson going to follow him through. 12 of John Stanley in this mix as well. Good battling here. Take a look at this. Sean Jacobs and Alexei Salviev battling it out. Little Toyota versus Chevy. See the 91 and the 4 really using that outside line, and Sean Jacobs trying to complete this pass on the 72 car. 72 holding his own, but now Sean Jacobs has to tuck in. Looking ahead out of Sean Jacobs' machine at the 72 of Alexei Salviev. Jim Lansbury just behind in the 5th position. Jacobs running in P4. Take a look at Paul Brown in the 77 car. Paul running in the 8th position. Just behind Preston Hassel. And Eugene Fedorov in the 84 just behind as well. We got a little battle there. Robillard and Paul Brown were battling it out. Excuse me, the 54 of Ed Palumbo. Take that back. Chesmore in this mix as well as Marazon has to tuck in. Chris Hughes battling Craig Marazon. Good side-by-side battling here. Look at that battle there between Marizon and Hughes. Hughes on the 7 car on the inside line. Marizon up on the outside line. And now Josh Brink in the 14th position. Now going to pick up that spot over Chris Hughes. It is hard to pass here. One up here to Bardelli Jr. is the leader. For Carvart, Vieta running behind in P2. Salviev is in the 3rd position. Jacobs 4th. Rounding out the top 5, Tim Lansbury in the 82 car. Skyline Chili Ford Mustang. Good top 5 run for him. Chesmore and Marizon. Look at this 3-way battle here. About ready to get 3 wide as Dan Chesmore using that high line and the draft from the 90 car, picking up a spot there on Marizon. Marizon back to the 13th position. Chris Hughes now battling the 60 and also the 7 and the 2, so he gets back by the 2. Chris Hughes now picking up another spot. Chesmore and Marizon battling it out. Marizon in the 60 down on the bottom line. Can he do anything with this bottom line here? Guys are starting to get a little bit antsy here. Now 19 laps in. These tires starting to get a little used up. Trying to find another line. Another way to get around. And Hughes using this outside line. Down to the back of Chesmore's machine. Chris Hughes picking up a spot. And Marizon dropping back to P14. And Chesmore now battling Robillard. Chesmore using this inside line here. Now he's got some late models experience. Got a lot of racing experience here now, bringing it into sim racing and translating pretty well for him. Now he's going to give up a little bit here on the inside line. No room to get up here and squeeze in. By the time he tried to squeeze into that spot, it is taken. As the 2 car and the 60 car going to get by, and Dan Chesmore going to fall back here to the back of this line. Oh, man, that got a little interesting right there. Josh Brink got a little interesting here as we went to the wrong driver there. We'll take a look here. Josh Brink in the 2 car. Dan Chesmore getting after it here as Brink and Chesmore almost got together. We'll take a look at this again. Josh Brink up on the high line. Chesmore the 00 down on the bottom line. And this got a little interesting right there, man. Got a little interesting between the 2 of those guys. Jacobs and Salviev still battling it out. These guys battling it out. It's allowed those front 2 to kind of open up a little bit of a gap, and they're working together. They've got it figured out. Good teamwork for those guys. Look at this, man. Gordon Carter in P5 in the 56 car. High place moving sponsor machine with that Ukrainian paint scheme. Ukrainian flag paint scheme. And now picking up a spot. Now in P5. Lansbury back to the 6th position. Looking out of the... Oh, there's contact there with Salviev and the 24 of Sean Jacobs. Contact, and Jacobs off the pace there just a little bit, trying to hold on to that thing. And there was contact right out of the front. Right out of the front of the 72 car, or right out of the front of the 56, the 72 and the 24 got together. Lansbury coming down pit lane here in the 82 car. Lansbury, oh no, Lansbury spinning as he comes onto pit lane. Tim Lansbury in the 82 spinning as he comes onto pit lane off the racing surface. No caution flag, and the 82 spins, making his pit stop. Oh no, my heavens, man. My heavens. Lansbury spun coming on to pit lane. Let's take a look at that replay there as Lansbury coming off the track and loses the car and spins into the wall. Front end damage for the 82 car. My heavens, man. Drama there coming down pit lane. Lansbury with the spin. Preston Hassel is the new race leader as we've got some pit stops underway. Vieira on pit lane in the 4 car. As Arthur Vieira on pit lane here on lap 26. A little bit of a hitch in there. I'm going to get a capture card and take care of that at some point, but haven't done so as of yet. And it looks like Preston Hassel is our leader. Preston Hassel indicating he's going to be coming down pit lane this lap. Palumbo in second. You see some of those guys finishing up their pit stops. Robillard third. Brink is in fourth. Preston Hassel kind of out there by himself right now. Now some of these guys are going to be able to get squeeze another lap out of it, I think. And Preston Hassel says, I've got to come in. Off the track here. Very tough to get on pit lane. Carried a lot of speed. As we saw that already bit Tim Lansbury. So 27 on pit lane to 54, now the leader. With Preston Hassel in the 27 on pit lane. Ed Palumbo is going to be coming down pit lane this time by. See Preston Hassel in the 27 on pit lane. Preston Hassel finishing up his pit stop, coming back out on track as you see those, the 90 and the 54 coming down pit lane. As Ed Palumbo almost slid through his pit stall. Vieira, the first car who's made a pit stop back out on the track. Palumbo, Robillard on pit lane as we speak here on lap 29. Good green flag pit stops. This is what we were looking for here. Spread out the field. These guys have done a great job here tonight. Vieira and Bardelli Jr. out there by themselves. Jim Willis gets a penalty. Jim Willis with a speeding penalty. Has to come back down pit lane in the 53 car. Devastating penalty for Jim Willis in the 53. Vieira and Bardelli Jr. hooked up, teaming up. Vieira now the leader. Bardelli Jr. in the 91. He'd be better served just to stay behind Arthur Vieira. This guy's got about a 2.5 second lead over P3. Salviev in third. Paul Brown fourth. Those guys running together. A little bit of a pack there. 56 also in this mix. Now the 56, Gordon Carter, is a lap down. He must have gotten caught speeding. So the 56 finds himself a lap down. Jim Willis retires his machine. He said, so some of these guys have gotten caught speeding. Lansbury might have, he's coming back down pit lane because I think it ended up giving him a speeding penalty. Couldn't get that thing wound up. Remember, he slid into the wall. The 82 adding insult to injury for the 82 car. Serving a penalty. Salviev is in the third position. The 77, Paul Brown battling him for P3. Good side-by-side battle here. Paul Brown. Octane Racing Fuels sponsored Chevy Camaro. Classic paint scheme for him out here tonight. And he gets around Salviev. Salviev maybe a little bit of contact there with that 77 car. Sean Jacobs in a little bit of a pack here with Preston Hassel. Jesus Iglesias is in the 22 car. Now, Jesus is 2 laps down, so he's gotten a speeding penalty as well. So we've spread out the field. Iglesias running in 19th. We're following Sean Jacobs in the 24 car. Sean is currently in the 5th position. Take a look at Sean Jacobs, about 4 seconds off the race lead. Preston Hassel just behind him in the 27. Marizon, after pit stops, has worked his way up to the 7th position. Remember, in that first run, he was really marred back in traffic and really having to fight for some stuff. Now he finds himself in P7. Remember, he's our points leader with 2 races to go, including tonight. Just behind him is Chris Hughes. I think it's just a matter of time here before we see Chris Hughes in victory lane. He's running in P7 in the 7 car. Ed Palumbo, last week's winner, running in the, actually the 8th position is Chris Hughes. Marizon running in 7th. Palumbo running in the 9th position. Robillard in 10th. Take a look at Ed Palumbo in the 54 car. Looking out of the front of his machine. You see a little pack there running together. Those guys try to do their best to chase down that front 2. And it has diminished somewhat, but it's still about 2.4 second lead the front 2 have on these the rest of the field. P3, 4, and 5. Jacobs was not super happy with the way the 72 raced him a little bit earlier. Jacobs going to the outside. There was a little contact with that Toyota on that first run. And now here you go, see Sean Jacobs with Preston Hassel. They're weaving their way through. Salviev down to the bottom line of that Toyota. And Preston Hassel now gets by as well in the 5th position. Preston having a good night here in that AMD Ryzen-sponsored Ford. Sean Jacobs now in 4th. Gordon Carter is in the lucky dog position in that 56 car. Not a super big deal for him, I think, to race for position here, just to try to maintain that lucky dog spot. Steve Pierce would be the next driver in line to challenge for the lucky dog spot in his first race out. Here he is running in the 17th position. He is 1 lap down, but nonetheless, great to see Steve Pierce back onto the track, man. What a surprise to get a text message from him today. Facebook message, hey, want to know if he was good to race tonight. We got him hooked up, and here he is, mixing it up with the drivers here in the Buschwackers series. Ed Palumbo now getting by on the high side here, battling the 72. Got a little help from the 90. There might be some damage on that 72 car. Salviev in the 72 might have a little bit of damage in his machine. And Alexis Salviev running in the 10th position. On board here with him as you see Palumbo and Robillard. So I think Salviev might have some damage here, or he's in tire save strategy. I'm not sure what's going on with Salviev, but he is off the pacer a little bit. We've got a good battle here with Vieira and Bardelli Jr. as they're starting to roll up on a little bit of these guys got out to quite a bit of lead. And now trying to get around Iglesias. Actually, Iglesias might have unlapped himself. So he's now 1 lap down. But look who's in the hunt here. Now, maybe those front 2 took only 2 tires. As now, Paul Brown has run these guys down. Remember, he was about 2.5 seconds down. He has quickly run these guys down. So now we got a new race on our hands. Paul Brown in 3rd, clearly faster than the front 2 right now. Iglesias, a little bit of warping there for Iglesias. You saw that. He's had a history of some warping issues. And we take a look at Paul Brown, Arthur Vieira battle here. Paul Brown running in third. Vieira is in the second position in the 4 car. Bardelli Jr. reclaiming the top spot. Jacobs and Hassel are now closing in. Make this a 5-car race. As Bardelli Jr. in the 91 leading. Vieira is in second. Brown third. Jacobs fourth. And Preston Hassel is in fifth. Take a look at this. Josh Brink and Eugene Fedorov, as well as the 12 of John Stanley. Now, John Stanley is running in the 13th position as Josh Brink gets by. Now he set his sights on Eugene Fedorov. He gets around Fedorov. Now John Stanley trying to get by as well. Stanley has to tuck in. Now Christian Wilson in this mix as well. We take a look out of the back of John Stanley's machine at Christian Wilson. Wilson in the 30 car down on the bottom side. Yeah, little Rubbins racing right there. Guys exchanging some yellow paint as the 30 car battling John Stanley. Well, a couple Fords here battling for the 10th position. Actually, for the 13th position. I take that back. And it looks like John Stanley going to hold on to that spot. How about this? Josh Brink now to the bottom line. And I'll tell you what, Fedorov in a 72. Maybe just took 2 tires. He is dropping back. He's dropped a lot of spots since pit stops here. And the 2 of Josh Brink getting by. Now picking up P10. How about this? Battle for the race lead. Battle for the second position. The 77 and the 4 side by side. Paul Brown to the inside. Archer Viet up on the outside line. It's hard to make a pass on the inside here, but Paul Brown going to try to do it. Preston Hassel in the 77 in this mix now. Also, Sean Jacobs in this mix. Vieira hold on to that second spot, but Paul Brown wants the spot. But it's Bardelli Jr. and the 4 of Archer Viet working together. You're on lap 48. Paul Brown now back down to the inside. Is Preston Hassel going to drop down to the inside maybe to give him a little bit of a shove? On board here with Preston Hassel looking out of the front of his machine at Paul Brown. Vieira and Bardelli Jr. The front 3 just ahead. You can hear Hassel getting out of the throttle. In the turns, feathering the throttle. We'll hear his car as he enters turn 3. A little feathering right there. Now back in the gas. So a little bit of out of the throttle, a little bit of a touch of the throttle, and then let it coast a little bit and mash that throttle off the turn. Sean Jacobs trying to get around that lap car of the 56, Gordon Carter. Not able to do it. And we're getting some word here that maybe the 91 might be making another pit stop here. So the front group here starting to make their second pit stop, and a lot of drama on that first round. A lot of these guys going to be coming down pit lane here at the same time. Bardelli Jr. down to the inside, indicating he's going to be coming down pit lane. The 4 of Archer Viet, is he going to stay out? Looks like he is. Paul Brown also staying out. Preston Hassel staying out. You see these guys coming down pit lane here. Bardelli Jr. on pit lane. Sean Jacobs on pit lane. So some of our race leaders making pit stops. Whoa, I tell you what, this new camera thing is a trip. Fedorov coming out of his pit stall as Bardelli Jr. trying to get in his. That might slow him up a little bit. So our pole sitter on pit lane with Sean Jacobs. See the 4 and the 77 both on pit lane. Preston Hassel back to the race lead. He's going to pit by himself here, it looks like. I'll tell you somebody we haven't talked about here tonight, and that's Dennis Unichin in the 47 car. Right now, Dennis running in the 11th position. He is 11th in points as well. Our sole Ukrainian driver racing with us, always thinking about Dennis. Braven met us like 4 o'clock in the morning there as well. Braven missile strikes to come out here and race with us. We absolutely adore Dennis Udichin. Todd Robillard in the 90, now our race leader, indicating he's going to be coming down pit lane. One car out of the race, as Robillard is the leader. 27, Preston Hassel on pit lane. Hassel finishing up his pit stop, coming back out on track as the 90 car coming down pit lane. Preston Hassel. It's a little bit of trippy there, man. As the 90 car makes his pit stop. Josh Brink on pit lane. Now he is shown as the race leader. Now the leader of the guys who've made pit stops is Claudio Bardelli Jr. Robillard and Brink still on pit lane. There's a lot of guys here. Givaldo coming off pit lane. Steve Pierce, Dan Chesmore back out on the track. Those guys a lap down. Udich in the first car, 1 lap down. He is in the lucky dog position in the 47 car. Now Jesus Iglesias, actually Udich is still in the lucky dog position. The 13 cars on the lead lap. John Stanley in the 12 car, now in P16. Been a quiet night for John Stanley, but I think he'll take it. We've had caution-filled races, and I know he's no fan of those, but right now the Stanley Tools sponsor machine running in P16. Look at this battle here, Ed Palumbo and Preston Hassel. These guys, classic High Octane Racing League battle here. These guys have got a ton of High Octane Racing League experience. They go way back, man. Way back to the black and white days. We'll have to get out the old 35 millimeter film strip there for these guys. And Ed Palumbo pulling off that pass, picking up P5. Preston Hassel back to the 6th position. Fedorov and Brink battling it out. Brink in the 2 car down to the bottom line, the 84, Eugene Fedorov. Trying to make a pass here, that 84, and he picks it up. The 2 car now falling back to the 11th position is Eugene Fedorov in the 84 car, now in the 10th position. Good to see Eugene out here in the 84, one of our Russian drivers. Great looking paint scheme here with Eugene. Paul Brown is the leader after it's all said and done. Bardelli Jr. is second, Vieira third. So we got a 3-car breakaway. We got about a 2-second lead over Sean Jacobs, who's in 4th. Ed Palumbo is in 5th, Hassel 6th. Marizan in the 7th position. Chris Hughes is in 8th. And I tell you what, man, if you're Craig Marizan, you're paying attention to this stuff. Sean Jacobs and Ed Palumbo are just behind you in points and both ahead of you on the track right now. It's tight, but every point counts, man, when you're rolling into the last 2 races. See the 77, Paul Brown is the leader. Bardelli Jr. second. Vieira is in 3rd. Good 3-car battle here. Tim Lansbury back on pit lane. Lansbury having a tough night here in the 82 car. Not his night in this 82. See Lansbury finishing up his pit stop, coming back out on track. So now Tim Lansbury finds himself in the 21st position. He is 5 laps down. It all started with that first pit stop for him. Just was not able to make a clean run during that pit stop. And found himself off the pace there as he spun around and got himself in a world of trouble. Tough break there for Tim. Take a look at driver's box there. It's taking me a little bit to get that up there. Oh, man, as much as I did that, here we go. Look like a fool. Always something I forget to change. Always something. Take a look at our Craig Bearzon watch. Keep an eye on him. He is our points leader. This would be a big championship for him, man, with these 2 races to go. I know we're sort of counting the chickens before they counting the eggs, or chickens before the eggs hatch. There you go. But he is our points leader coming into tonight's race. And we'll take a look at that in-race season standings. As Bearzon with a 12-point lead over Jacobs and Palumbo coming into tonight's race. Salviev is 4th. Lansbury is 5th. And I'm hearing that Lansbury coming back down pit lane. My heavens, man. Josh Brink on pit lane here in the 2 car. Maybe he's trying to get a little bit of an early pit stop in. Never know, man. These guys have got a lot of tricks up their sleeves. So Brink finishing up his pit stop. Go back up here with the race leader, and that is Paul Brown. This guy's a lot of chatter here as we've had a caution-free race. These guys that aren't able to be here tonight said, man, I picked a hell of a race to miss. It's caution-free. Ritsky Novar, good to see Ritsky. That guy's a character, man. Got a great sense of humor. That whole Psychos e-racing group, man, they are a trip, man. I'll tell you what, a lot of fun. Those guys, just admire the relationship those guys have with each other. And love that. And here you go, Will D stirring the pot, saying it sounds like a correlation. Oh, boy. These guys do a lot of help, gave a lot of help with us and work on the car set in the GT3 series. And all led by Mata. Mata's the ringleader there. And what a hell of a guy Mata is, too. Absolutely love those guys, man. Love the energy they bring to High Octane Racing League. And those guys just passionate about racing, man. That passion is infectious. I mean, it spreads as well. The front 3 here, I tell you what, man, very, very good battle. Got some battling here. This is Todd Robillard and the Chris Hughes battling it out late in the race here. Look at that. Robillard battling Chris Hughes. And we got a battle for the race lead. Look at this. Paul Brown down to the inside, battling Claudio Bardelli Jr. Paul Brown up on the outside line. Claudio Bardelli Jr. on the inside. Paul Brown holding him off. Bardelli Jr. has to tuck back in. Boy, he gave it a shot. Not able to pull it off, though. We'll take a look at that again as Bardelli Jr. gave it a heck of a run. Dove down to the inside. Paul Brown held his outside line and holds him off as Bardelli Jr. has to give up that pass and closes back in on the inside. We go back to live here and catch up to Sean Jacobs in the 24 car. He's out there by himself, about 2 seconds down as these guys start to get a little racy. That's exactly what Sean Jacobs wants to see. I actually heard him on the radio go, yeah, that's what I want to see. He wants to close in. He wants to win this race. He wants to win the championship. Bardelli Jr. now pulls off that pass. And Palumbo and the 90 get together. Oh, Mo! Caution flag. And Palumbo and the 90 of Todd Robillard got together. First caution flag. Off the pace is Ed Palumbo, and there was some shenanigans that went on there. I don't know what happened. But we got our first caution flag. And I'm going to blame that on those guys in the chat. They were talking about no cautions. First caution flag as we had a lead change. And Bardelli Jr. will lead the field to take the caution. Let's take a look and see what happened. Ed Palumbo, oh, he got down on the apron there, got sideways, got up into, he got up into the 27 car and into the wall. Oh, my heavens, man. Ed Palumbo, he touched the apron right there in the tri-oval, lost the car, came back up onto the track, and he might have gotten into Preston Hassel right there, and then slams into the side of the 90 car. He was just hanging on for dear life. And we'll have to take a look out of the front of Marizan's machine. Watch this, out of the front of Craig Marizan's machine, and he had a ringside seat for this. Right there, into the side of the 90 car. And it all started with Ed getting off track right there, trying to hold on to this thing, working this wheel, and he gets up into the 27 just a little bit right there and loses the back end of the car, and then more contact. We'll look out of the back of Preston Hassel's machine here as Ed makes just a little bit of contact right there, man. There's contact, and watch this. Robillard, does he save it? Boy, the wall kind of helped straighten him out. As Bardelli Jr. is our leader. And guess who got the lucky dog? The lucky dog goes to Dennis Utigen. So congratulations to Dennis on getting that lap back. And he gets the lucky dog tonight. So Dennis Utigen back on the lead lap in P13. First yellow flag here. Good run. Now 73 laps in. A heck of a lap, run there. So congratulations to Dennis. Getting back on the lead lap. And now this is going to tighten things back up here as you see the lead crew coming down pit lane. This is going to be a battle off pit lane, I guarantee you. Going to be a battle on pit lane as we watch this mix. Bardelli Jr. on pit lane here in P1. Paul Brown's finished up his pit stop. Paul Brown beat him out here. It's going to be tight. Paul Brown might have gotten him. Paul Brown might have gotten that spot. As Bardelli Jr. has to tuck in, and now is behind Paul Brown. Our race leader is the 30 car of Christian Wilson. Alviev is in second. Well, that was a tight battle there. Does Bardelli Jr. get around? Oh, I guess he did. Oh, maybe he did. I don't know. All right, we're going to talk to Todd Robillard here in the 90 car. What a hell of a first two runs there. Two green flag pit stops, and now you find yourself bunched up again. What's the strategy here with, about 15, 14 laps to go?
Well, hopefully we'll all stay in the same mindset that we've been racing with this whole time. Everybody kind of stays clean until at least the last lap anyway. It's been a great race for the first 70 or so laps there.
I should correct my math and say there are about 25 laps to go, not 15.
Yeah, I started doing math myself once you said that.
Yeah, great run there, and you just got into a little bit of a, got some rear end damage there on that incident. It looked like that maybe Ed got down on the apron and broke his car loose.
Yeah, that's you can't race down there, and I know just touching the apron will upset the car so bad. You can almost not save it most of the time.
Man, the outside line looks like it's the place to be, but if you time it right, you can make passes on the inside. Where do you feel most comfortable here tonight?
Right in the middle of a run, running to the top and then diving down low to try and make a pass. Once the tires get a little bit worn, then it kind of separates guys a little bit. Hopefully we'll be able to do that in the last 25 or so laps.
All right, man. Well, hey, get that Sunoco sponsor machine in victory lane. Good luck to you, and thanks for joining us up here in the booth.
Thanks, Heath.
That's Todd Robillard joining us in the booth. Good to see him up here, and good luck to him in this last little run here. Hopefully stays green the rest of the way out. We got Fedorov coming down pit lane. Alexei Salviev also on pit lane in the 72 car. Absolutely loving that paint scheme, man. That's an awesome looking paint scheme. Fedorov Salviev does a great job. Looks like Eugene back out on track in the 84. Love his scheme too, man. A little trippy on his scheme. We're getting ready to go green this time by, I believe. As we're flying over on the opposite side of the track. Looks like Paul Brown in the 77 on the inside. Claudio Bardelli Jr. will start on the outside line. Vieira and Jacobs side by side there in row 2. Preston Hassel, Robillard in the Todd Robillard in row 3. This is going to be interesting here because these guys are now bunched back up. You got a rubbered-in track, and remember, it's go time now. Aggressiveness turned up a notch here, so hopefully this isn't a string of caution flags flying our way. Again, I said there were 15 laps. There's going to be around 23, 24 laps to go when we go back green. We are on lap 76 right now, so we will have 24 to go, actually. And the pace car is off. Here we go, going back green here at Kansas.
Green flag, go, go, go.
So I tell you what, man, Paul Brown got a good jump on that restart. Bardelli Jr. had to tuck in, but I tell you, the battle there is for the third position between the 24 and the 4. Sean Jacobs up on the outside line. The 4 of Artie Vieira now has a little help with Bardelli Jr., but Bardelli Jr. has to go back to the high line. Sean Jacobs up on the high line, and Artie Vieira down on the inside line, battling for position. The 27. Preston Hassel in this mix. All the 90 car in this mix as well. Oh, there's contact between the 90 and the 27. Contact there between the 90 and the 27 car. Robillard says it is time to go. Todd Robillard now trying to make some moves on the outside line, following Sean Jacobs on board here with Todd Robillard in the Sunoco sponsor Camaro. Sean Jacobs in the third position. Preston Hassel just behind, but Vieira down up on the high line now. Has to tuck in, and look who is in town. And that is Craig Marizon in the 60 car running in P7. Iglesias down on the inside line. He's wanting to try to get in the lucky dog position. Actually, he's 2 laps down, but he is battling on the inside line. Fedorov up on the outside line. Eugene Fedorov running in P9. Good run here for Eugene. Paul Brown in the 77 car is the leader. Did not get a good starting position in tonight's race. Has methodically worked his way up through the field. Maybe a little bit of contact earlier. You see Ed Palumbo coming back out on track. Doing that drive-through in the 54 car. So Ed Palumbo now finds himself one lap down, but he is in the lucky dog position in the mellow yellow sponsor machine. Good news for him is if he maintains kind of where he's at or the zip code he's in right now, then he's going to get a lucky dog if a caution flag comes out. He is battling to try to stay on the lead lap, so now he is on the tail end of the lead lap. The 91, Bardelli Jr. down to the bottom line. Ed Palumbo up on the high line there, maybe going to help the 77 car. Remember the Vieta and the 91, the 4 and the 91 were working together earlier. Christian Wilson and Dennis Udichin battling it out. Udichin in the 47 car. Christian Wilson in the 30 car up on the high line. Udichin in that 47 car. On board here with Christian Wilson in the 30. Up on the high line here, now above the 22. 22 Iglesias. 2 laps down on that bottom line. Eugene Fedorov in the 84 car. Craig Marazon in the 60 car. Fedorov pulling off that pass, now picking up the 8th position. Salviev and Udichin battling it out. Salviev in the 72 car. Udichin in the 47 car. Good battle here as Salviev pulls off that pass. Udichin goes down to the inside line though. Dennis Udichin wants that spot back. Bardelli Jr. here. Look at this. Bardelli Jr. Bardelli Jr. battling for the race lead. Claudio Bardelli Jr. to the inside. And Bardelli Jr. going to pick up that spot. So Bardelli Jr., what a heck of a move there. Picks up the spot. Can Paul Brown return the favor? This is battle for the lead. Bardelli Jr. in the 91 car now reclaiming the race lead. The 77 is now in second. Sean Jacobs in the 3rd position in the 24 car. And the 90 of Todd Robillard has worked his way to P4. Christian Wilson and Craig Marazon still battling it out. Josh Brink, I don't know what happened to him. He is off the pace here. So Josh Brink may have retired his machine. Whether he lost his connection or what, but Josh Brink in the 2 car off the pace. And he's coming down pit lane, so he's retired his machine. Like he maybe got caught speeding and decided he is going to cut his losses here tonight. Oh, my heavens, man. Well, Bardelli Jr. is the leader. Just ahead of him is the 54 of Ed Palumbo, who is on the tail end of the lead lap. And that puts the lucky dog in the hands of Gordon Carter. This is going to be an interesting finish here if it stays the way it is right now. 24 is in the 3rd position. The 90 running in P4. Preston Hassel running in the 5th position. So that caution flag bunched things back up and shuffled things up a little bit. Preston Hassel running in P5. Take a look at Preston Hassel out of the front of his machine. You see the 90 of Todd Robillard. 24, Sean Jacobs in P3. 77, Paul Brown in 2nd, and Bardelli Jr. is the leader. Vieira back there in the 6th position. Running in the 4 car. Hassel is 5th. Got a good mix here of Chevys and Fords up front. I'll tell you what, man, this battle between Christian Wilson and Craig Marizon just will not go away. 72 in this mix as well. Salviev in the 72 car, running in the 11th position. Good running here. Now, John Stanley's in this mix, and John Stanley is one lap down in the 15th spot. Marizon finds himself now mired back in a little bit of traffic, and track position is king right now. It took him a while to get his car back up into the top 10. 60 car running in 10th right now. But Wilson running in 9th. Christian Wilson just keeps getting better and better and better each season. Mordelli Jr.'s gotten around the 54 car. Big move there for him, and now has opened up a gap. He has got something figured out. Now it looks like the 54 has got a little bit of run. Is he going to pull that 77 car? Fair game for the 54 to try to get his lap back the old-fashioned way. He is in the lucky dog position now, so that takes the lucky dog position away from Gordon Carter. If there is a caution flag. You're on lap 92. Look at this battle here. Salviev in the 72. Battling Craig Marizon. And Marizon holding on to that spot, it looks like. Look at this, a 0-0 of Dan Chesmore. He's out there by himself. Now, he was my pick to win this race, but he's had some bad luck in that Cheng's sponsor machine. 0-0. Good looking paint scheme there out of Chesmore. Some of these guys saying they are on fumes, man. They are going to be really, really close to being able to make it. Can the 91 make it to the end? '77 car in second. Take a look at Paul Brown in the 77, running in P2. Sean Jacobs in third. Vienna down to the inside with battling Preston Hassel. Good battle here between the 27 and the 4. 27 tucks back in. The 4, or 27 reclaims that spot as the 4 has to tuck in to protect the spot as the 7. Chris Hughes in this mix. Fedorov close it in as well. So good battling here, man. Preston Hassel hold on to that spot. That is fifth, for the 5th position. Vienna is in 6th. So we're on lap 95. Vienna dropping down to the bottom line here. You got to wonder who's got enough fuel to make it to the end. Does Bardelli have enough fuel to be able to make it? Guys are really talking about being close on fuel. We take a look at the 77 car going down to the bottom line to try to get around Ed Palumbo. Take a look at Bardelli Jr. here climbing up the track as those guys having a little bit of trouble getting around, and that's going to slow them up. And we got a battle here between Paul Brown and Sean Jacobs, side-by-side battle here, and this is not what Paul Brown wanted to see. A battle for position. It's go time for these guys. They back off, and Paul Brown able to hold on to that spot. But it is go time now. It looks like Robillard in this mix. It is go time now here with just a few laps to go. And Bardelli Jr. out front where he wants to be as these guys battle for a spot. Across the start-finish line, we have 3 to go. Chris Hughes in the 7 car. Chris Hughes to the high line. Oh, Vienna dropping down to the bottom line. Chris Hughes in the 7 car on the high line here, running behind Preston Hassel. Chris Hughes, can he pull off that pass? And Vienna hold on to that spot. Now battling Preston Hassel here. Great battling here toward the finish. as Bardelli Jr. Bardelli Jr. is the leader with just 2 laps to go. 1.2 second lead as these guys beat up on each other behind. .4 second gap. Cross the start finish line. We'll have 1 to go. The 77 and the 90. About 1.4 seconds back. Bardelli Jr. now down to 1.3 seconds. He's got to be looking at his rearview mirror. 1.2 now. Will this gap hold up? Now back to 1.3. These guys are going to fan out behind. Battle for their own spots now. 1.1 though. If he has trouble here, is he going to run out of gas? Does he have enough fuel to make it to the end? Coming off the final turn, Claudio Bardelli Jr. is going to do it in the 91 car and take the win here at Kansas. Holy smokes. Claudio Bardelli Jr. in the 91 getting the win. And a great job to Claudio Bardelli Jr. It's been a while since we've seen Bardelli Jr. in victory lane, but a great race tonight. Great win. And does Bardelli Jr. have enough fuel to make it to the end of the get around and do a burnout? So congratulations, Claudio. And he's going to do it on the backstretch here, I guess. Maybe, yeah, he's going to do his burnout here on the backstretch because he may not have enough fuel to make it to the around. How about that? So Bardelli Jr. getting the win. So congratulations, Claudio. That was a great battle there. Great, clean race. A little bit of contact when he needed some contact. But Claudio Bardelli Jr. pulling off the win. And congratulations to Claudio. Good race to everybody here tonight. What we have, just 1 caution flag here tonight? That is the way we do it right there. That is the way we do it. Let's take a look at the final results. Claudio Bardelli Jr. in the 91 gets the win. Todd Robillard finishes in second. Finishing in third is Paul Brown. Sean Jacobs fourth. Preston Hassel finishes in the 5th position. Finishes 6th is Chris Hughes. 7th is Chris Hughes. Vieta is 6th. Christian Wilson 8th. Salviev 9th. And Craig Marizon rounding out the top 10. Take a look at P11 through 20. You see Fedorov, good 11th place run. Dennis Shudich at 12th. Palumbo battles back for a 13th place finish. Gordon Carter 14th. Dan Chesmore, tough break there for him tonight. Finishes 15th. Jesus Iglesias 16th. Steve Pierce finishes 17th. John Stanley 18th. Cavallo Spindle 19th. And Tim Lansbury finishes in 20th. Finishing 21st is Josh Brake. And Jim Willis finishes in the 22nd position. And how about Claudio Bardelli Jr. in victory lane here at Kansas? We'll see if we can't get him in the broadcast booth. So Claudio Bardelli Jr., Mr. Samba Man, coming up here in the booth with us. All right, man, we're joined from Mr. Samba Man, Claudio Bardelli Jr. joining us up in the booth here at Kansas. What a fun race, Claudio. Congratulations. Spider Bands.
Thank you, guy. Thank you.
Man, what was your thought process coming into this race? Did you think there were going to be a lot of caution flags? Were you surprised that there was only that 1 caution flag?
Yes, and first I congrats the guys to race tonight, but 1 yellow flag is very nice for you transmission. But I try to maintain in first, second, third, and the final pole. I believe the problems for Sean, Arthur. I need escape the pole. I congrats the race.
Well, you and Arthur worked together the most part of the race, and I'm guessing you guys were probably communicating with each other about race strategy, pit strategy. Am I pretty accurate in saying that you guys worked together on that run?
Yes, together, but the fuel is during 24 laps, more or less, and the race is no way yellow flags, and try to change it to first me, first Arthur, to save fuel. I before the yellow flag, no problem the fuel, but I finished the race for 0.8, I believe.
All right, man. And you couldn't make it around to the finish line to do your burnout, so you did it on the backstretch.
Yes, yes.
Well, hey, congratulations, Claudio, and great to see you out here racing with us. And now that Carnival is over, we hope to see you more often and back in victory lane. So congratulations, Parabéns. You want to say anything to your fans in Portuguese?
Ah, thank you. Galera, agradecer a galera aí do Brasil, Arthur, Jesus correu, Givaldão tá sempre com a gente aí, galera da NASCAR BR, da Rush, todo mundo que acompanha aí, dá um abraço aí na esposa também que aguentou eu ficar falando aqui dessas horas. Thank you, Guy. Thank you, my friend.
Yeah, you're going to have to send me a music file of some samba music so the next time
Yes.
you're in victory lane, we can play that for you.
Thank you. Yes, I send
All right,
you.
man. See you, buddy. Good job.
Thank you. Good night.
And it's boa noche. Hey, congratulations to Claudio Bardelli Jr. What a heck of a run there for Claudio and getting that win. Always like to see Claudio in victory lane. And, man, he is a very, very tough competitor. And once you start seeing this guy get victories, he starts clicking them off. So it could be leading to some more victories. So congratulations to Claudio. And really, congratulations to all of the drivers here tonight for a fantastic race in the Buschwackers series. That is exactly the way it's supposed to be done. I know some guys didn't have very good luck here with, speeding penalties on pit lane. But, man, we had green flag pit stops. We had great, clean racing tonight. A little bit of aggressiveness when you needed some aggressiveness. We had a fair amount of great drama. And what a fantastic race. Really, really love broadcasting this race tonight, man. Makes me very proud to be able to broadcast these TurnLeftTV broadcasts and also watch these guys at High Octane Racing League. Man, we got some more racing headed your way this weekend, and I'll tell you what it is, and it is the Saturday Showdown Series coming up tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's right, we'll be at Bristol Motor Speedway with a Saturday Showdown Series for race number 2, and that's coming up at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It'll be live right here on TurnLeftTV. And don't forget, man, the Saturday Night Thunder, that's right, the Cup Series will be at Martinsville tomorrow night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That is a great Cup Series, 160 laps from a great short track at Martinsville. Don't want to miss it, man. If you want to come out and race with us, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's the 2018 mod and the Saturday Night Thunder, a very, very historic classic series at High Octane Racing League. This is the one that started it all out on Saturday nights running pickup races back in 2001. And now here it is going strong in 2023. That's when I joined doing pickup races back in 2001. I can't even say it. It's been so long ago. And met up with the High Octane Racing League and been going strong ever since. So come on out and join us for a classic Saturday Night Thunder battle at Martinsville. Tonight's race has been brought to you by EliteHostingUSA.com. If you're interested in an rFactor 2 server, there are 3 self-managed server packages for you to choose from. Also, if you want to host your website or your online store, VPS hosting or shared web hosting, you can give EliteHostingUSA.com a look. That's who hosts our website here at HighOctaneRacing.net. Don't forget the High Octane Racing League GT3 Series will be back in action next week on Saturday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, March 11th. That's right, Zandvoort, for race number 3. Great race series. It'll be live right here on TurnLeftTV at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on March 11th. The GT3 Series back in action at Zandvoort. Well, thank you so much for joining us here tonight on the broadcast. Congratulations to Claudio Bargelli Jr. on his great win. And how about this? Steve Pierce joining us tonight. Great to see Steve out, man. Love seeing Steve Pierce back out on the track, man. That's going to do it for us tonight here at TurnLeftTV. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time. You know what that means. I am out of here.